Get this back into it. Ooh, yeah, and let it touch. Hey, and let it touch.
Do me a favor, like, share, and tag, and press that subscribe button. As a matter of fact, touch it.
Man, that was actually funny. That was good.
That was good. Some applause.
That was good. You move quick.
Can y'all shut up?
You don't like this song?
Man, that's not right.
That's all I hear.
That's really all the words everybody knows.
Oh, baby, by the way. Yeah.
I'm screaming.
Play for this.
All right, man. All right, 10 seconds now. We got to start the show, man.
There you go.
Man, please put the camera on that, man. Please put the camera on this dude, dog.
She is some dog right here.
What if I get dead, boy?
Man, we got to go. Y'all say line. Yes, sir. Y'all, welcome to Bed With Y'all. It's about to be phenomenal. It's about to go down, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Bed With. Do me a favor, like, share, and tag, press that subscribe button. Happy Monday to everybody. Hope you had a phenomenal weekend, as I did. I am very tired, but we're here. You just ran out the house and didn't do your hair. You just put on something, a whole black suit. Just a black suit.
My head, no.
You just did kill today. You was like, touch. My bad.
This is like,
Yeah, no,
natural. It don't look good.
No. Look like you. It look like you missed some sides.
Yeah,
Like you
it's
put.
not curly.
It look like you put a lot of water on this side, not enough water on this side.
I bought my spray bottle in here, bro. That's not right.
Oh my God! You can have you lost your weight, got your body suit on. You
Yeah,
take
it's
your
a
body
bodysuit
suit
from top to
on.
bottom too. I said,
How much was you lost there?
you look good.
47 pounds.
Dang!
Man.
Yeah. God, no. 42 pounds. So you used to walk around.
Yeah, I was big as a house. Now
Yeah.
I'm just
You
an
were
apartment.
big as a house.
Now you're a
though.
little condo.
Yeah, with a view.
Oh, with a view.
Everybody like them condos now.
Lost.
They like them condos.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is your goal weight that you wanna?
I want to be slim.
You slim now.
Yeah, I want Omariana one touch.
You wanna be that girl in the video?
Yeah, with low rise jeans on.
Don't come.
You trying to show your stomach and your abs and stuff like that?
Well, no.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
You want to wear a crop top. You actually had a crop top
All right,
on a
too
couple
far.
days ago, and I said, wait a minute.
Hey, the boys been trying to holler at you a little bit more.
No.
Straight. But you feeling yourself now, huh?
I am feeling wonderful though.
Yeah.
I am indeed.
Yeah, wake up in the morning. Oh. Yeah, you feel real good. Like,
Y'all
yeah.
out.
That's cool though.
Oh my God.
Cree, where you at? Where you at with your fitness, dog? Where you at with your fitness, dog?
I want
We see where you are.
40.
We see where you are with your hair. Where you at with your fitness?
Oh God.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's fine.
You got them gains.
That's what I'm saying. See, I need a new support group, man.
Huh?
I need a new support group. I can't.
Bro, you heard that?
What is this?
You gotta put
Do it one
your.
more time.
I'll do it later on, but you gotta keep your headphones on.
No, these things are uncomfortable.
No, but your hair uncomfortable too. So
Oh,
choose one.
God.
Why did you
All right.
keep talking about
Let's go to
my
commercial, man.
hair? I knew I should have.
right, y'all. Happy Monday to you, man. But yeah, Chris, where you at with your fitness goals?
I'm at my goal weight. Now I have to tone up. You know, I got them gains.
Oh, you slim fat. You slim fat.
No, wait, fat?
What
Slim
about slim
fat.
thick?
Yeah.
Like how
No.
we skip thick
Slim
to
fat.
No,
No,
I'm
slim
not
fat.
slim fat now.
Probably so.
I'm at that point, you know, my jeans is kind of, you know.
Now
What does
you
that
gotta
mean?
jump a little bit.
Gotta jump to get it. I've never experienced that before in my entire life. I just want everybody to know. So
You feel good?
yes, I do. I feel strong.
What's your diet like?
Oh, it's amazing.
Tell
What
us.
you be eating? Tell us.
I eat
It doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and do that. What would you do?
crazy. All right. This What Would You Do segment is called Same Girl. I'm a 26-year-old man, and I've been dating my girlfriend for about 2 years now. She's 30, but she says she loves my maturity and the strong bond that we have. We met at my company's charity party, and we hit it off instantly. I felt like she could be the one. So we've been looking at houses together, and I've been looking at rings. I've always been a one-woman type of guy, so I made up my mind that I didn't need to look anywhere else. Everything was good. Everything was going well until recently when I noticed she hadn't met my family or friends and acted as if she didn't want to meet them. Every time I asked her would she like to be introduced, she said she wanted to make sure that we were serious first. 2 years, I figured we were serious enough. The other day, my childhood friend, who's also dating an older woman, wanted me to meet her. He invited me to dinner and said he wanted to surprise her with meeting a few of his family and friends because she was shy and hadn't been introduced to any of us. After I told him my girl was the same way, I told him that I would pull up. When I arrived, all of his friends and family, they were there, and we all waited for their arrival. When they walked in, I couldn't believe my eyes. I saw my girl on his arm. She didn't see me at first, so I waited until they made their way around the room. He introduced me as his best friend, and she couldn't believe her eyes. She told me that she was going to tell me, but just didn't know how. My homeboy was confused and asked how we knew each other. I told him from an old job, and I walked out. I'm distraught. Should I fight for my girl or just let them be together? She's been calling me nonstop, and so has he. I just need some time. I don't know. Well, same girl. Yeah, you're not even
They
old
don't make
enough to
music
say
like
that.
this no more.
You're not really old enough.
You ain't
to
even
say
30
that.
yet, dog.
Yeah, like wow.
Well,
Yeah.
if that's the case, that means they don't make music
Yeah,
like that
no, they
anymore.
really
Then
don't.
that means we are in
Yeah.
trouble musically.
Yeah, they don't
It's a
make-
different world right now.
Y'all, I think he should fight for his girl.
Why would
You
we
crazy
fight
as
for
all
her? That sound is sending me.
They think it's a whip.
It's not a whip, it's a slap. It's a smack.
I really,
Say it again.
I do, y'all. Y'all know I'm always gonna. I think that. I mean, 2 years. You know.
No, dog.
Fight for love.
No, she is a liar.
Well, he's 26. He got time.
How old is she?
30.
30.
She was playing them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seemed like homeboy is the better pick for her because she still hadn't met his family and friends, but you know, but it was a surprise. She didn't know she was mean. So, fight.
She a player.
No,
She's a
no.
player. Yeah, she a player.
No,
He
yeah.
young. He said he was looking for rings, y'all.
Yeah,
I'm praying for you.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, man. Y'all better stop. Hey,
praying for you,
stop
sir.
doing this stuff.
That
Stop
30-year-old
Stop
had
doing
him.
it. Yeah, he got a. Yeah, she.
Yeah, right.
He will. It was that.
They need the whip.
It was that. Yeah. Yeah. He got.
So y'all said you let it go. Okay.
Let it go, man. Absolutely, let it go. All right, y'all. Let's do some taste tests real quick.
Uh-oh.
Y'all, I want this one.
How you know? What we got?
Shakira, what we got, man?
They're so good.
Stop saying that stuff. Stop.
Yeah. So good.
Stop
Pink
saying that,
lemonade.
dog.
Pink lemonade. Yeah, you'll
So
like
today
that.
we have Bolt Energy Chews. They are for everyday dips and energy to boost for an extra boost during the day.
Are you
Oh, my
eating
bad.
it already?
I just realized it was
give it a
my
moment.
bad.
Golly.
What other flavor
Man,
you
what
want?
flavor do you have?
This is gummy.
What flavor is that you have?
I have pink lemonade and berry blast. Pause.
Okay.
I have
I
berry.
got. You got berry blast.
I had to, man.
I got strawberry and
This
raspberry.
thing fire.
Oh, this good.
It's fire. Y'all go get y'all some of them now. What's the name of
This
this?
remind me of vitamins, though.
Does it work?
Yes.
It's supposed to give you energy.
A little bit.
Oh, I'm about
It's
to go
a
to
it's a
gym.
natural energy.
Oh yeah. Y'all go get some of this right now.
Oh, the strawberry
Sprouts.
flavor. Oh,
Where they at?
Sprouts.
Yeah.
Okay.
can I try?
Do they have sprouts in the hood?
Can I try pink lemonade?
I think they're making their way. I think they're making their way.
Making the way
Out
to
in
the hood.
They ain't put no sprouts in
Welcome
the
to.
hood. Who gonna
Oh,
go
this
there?
raspberry good.
All right, this not fine.
Oh, this one is good.
This not fine. Let me see.
Pink lemonade.
Yes, sir. I like it. Girl, you did good on this one, though.
Oh, Shakira, this is really good.
comeback story.
Redemption time.
Yeah, you had because you
Yeah,
last couple of weeks it's been garbage.
Garbage.
We were just on an adventure.
Nah, you just gotta stop doing that. That's what white people do.
Not too Caucasian.
What percent?
No.
Black people just know. We know.
10.
This is. I get this. The pink lemonade is a
Oh,
10.
that pink lemonade 10.
The berry blast, I get this a 7.
No, the strawberry,
The strawberry was
it's a
good.
10.
Let me get one.
Well, I add one of those.
Are there any left?
No, let me take it home. Can't have none of
That
these.
That's on fire, y'all. I ain't gonna
It
gonna cap
is.
with
It's
you.
my-
I wonder does
Workout.
it really give you energy though? That's what I want.
I might care. It tastes good.
How many calories?
Yeah, we didn't look at that.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
God.
see.
90.
90. Jesus.
It's 180. for
Look at the
whole
carbs
pack.
and the sugar.
Ooh.
It's a lot now.
I ain't eating this no more.
I don't count them all.
I don't know about that. I'm gonna keep going. Wow.
I got eating remorse.
All right, Shakira, good job on that.
Thank you,
While we're at
Shakira.
it, give us some current events, please.
Yes. So by show of hands, who uses Bing?
Girl, what is that?
What is Bing?
Like Google?
Yeah, I feel like you use Bing.
Wow, now I'm lame.
All right, so final arguments for the U.S. versus Google suit happened this week. So the Department of Justice sued Google in 2020 for allegedly monopolizing digital search by making itself the default search engine, beating out competitors like Bing. So according to NPR, Google has paid $26.3 billion. They did this in 2021 alone to be the default search engine on phones and web browsers. And Google's parent company, Alphabet, controls roughly 90% of the U.S. search engine market.
Wow.
And so the suit was the federal government's most significant legal action in more than 2 decades to confront a technology giant's power, but it may be a trend for more regulation of technology. So similar suits have been filed. Obviously, we know about TikTok, but there's also the DOJ also accused Apple of abusing its power as a monopoly to edge out rivals and ensure customers keep using the Apple ecosystem.
So, like, break that down and make it make sense to me. You know, I'm slow with
Me
it.
too.
Like, what that mean? Because you said a bunch of stuff I don't even know them. I heard DOJ, Department of Justice, but I don't know what they did. I heard Google shutting down, but sued somebody. I heard Apple monopolizing on the money that they taking from people. So, break that down for you, boy.
Basically, there seems to be a trend of the U.S. kind of going after technology giants to regulate technology. So be on the lookout, especially
For what?
just for changes in technology and the way that we use it.
Okay, so give us a projection. But just make up something like that you think.
By
She gonna mouth. I don't really know. I just want y'all to know what this happened off camera. She like, I don't really know.
Oh my god. That's all right.
But what you, I mean, like how does this impact regular people?
So as this happens more, obviously we see TikTok might be going away if they don't sell. Apple can be forced to like,
Don't say it. Forced to do what?
you know, sell less, right?
Is that your favorite button now?
Yes.
Okay.
Sell less. What that
don't-
mean?
I don't know. I would like to retract that statement.
So you don't know what to do. You just pulled your current
No,
event
but I
and just
don't
started
know.
reading.
Oh my God.
I did not.
But Apple,
There-
they
there's a
kind of make you
trend.
buy Apple though. They force you.
Yeah.
You gotta get
Yes.
AirPods.
So they would have to make other like things compatible with other things,
Yeah.
so that you don't have to have an iPhone with your AirPods. You can have the Samsung equivalent,
Gotcha.
right? And even with the chargers, they're going back.
Yeah, that's what Nick was saying a couple of days ago. That's why they used that. They went back to that charger.
Wow.
So is it a money issue? What is it?
Yeah,
So people,
monopolizing the
yeah.
That's illegal, right?
So
Facebook a monopoly.
concerning what?
Well, yes, Facebook. He has Instagram. Like they force you to use their platform.
And that's
for
why
more
that
support.
that's why we're losing TikTok, because America can't control it. All right, man. Sure, thank you. I appreciate that. Des, holla at your boy. It's questionable. Man, first of all, we're sorry to hear about your grandmother.
Oh, thank you, guys.
We're praying for you. And yeah, talk to us real quick.
Okay, thanks so much, y'all. All is well. She lived a good life.
How old was she?
She would have been 102 this year. So yeah, she lived a long life.
Wow.
102?
Yeah.
Wow.
May I live that long, Jesus.
You gonna live that long for sure.
I don't know if I want to be 102, dog.
She was well though.
Yeah,
she was.
She was?
Yes.
Yeah, if y'all just read between the lines, if everything ain't working, take me to see Jesus. Take me to see my maker. Take me to see my creator.
Dr. Gabe.
The Bible said he'll give us a new body. I'm going to need one. I'm getting up out of here if everything ain't working, dog. I don't want to be up here like no vegetable.
Yeah.
Sit around. I don't want to be in the eating pot roast in the tube.
Yeah, that's too far. That's too far. Yeah. Take me out here.
Gonna liquidize it, and it was like, here, granddaddy. That's crazy. Get me up out of here, dog. And if I walk in, listen, if my grandchildren walk in, and I get to calling them Bible names that don't belong to them, take me out of here. Esau. Abraham.
Who's doing that? Like I just like who's doing that? Who's doing that? So I'm confused.
Oh my God. I mean, man, take me out of here, dog.
No,
Take me.
if feeding anything through a tube.
Yeah, man. No, I'm out, bro.
Roast, that's sick.
No, get me out,
That's
dog.
the worst thing you could have said. Like, that's
Get me out of here, man.
I saw
Yeah.
this girl blend some chicken, and she said that chicken smoothies were a thing.
I'm about
you
to
drink
throw
that?
up. That's disgusting.
It was really.
That is
something.
disgusting.
She said it tastes good.
Don't say nothing else, please. No,
just
please,
wondering.
please. I can't
I was
take
just
it.
wondering.
You know I can't take
That was a
something.
white girl?
She was black.
No, she was.
Oh God.
She boiled
No, she was.
chicken with a little salt
No, she was. That ain't no black
With
woman.
salt, man.
and strawberries. Yeah, she put it in the blender.
That was her protein, not protein powder chicken.
Yeah, the chicken was protein.
That's the sickest thing in the world.
Yeah,
man.
she's sick. She's a sick person.
That's the sickest
You know,
thing in
I
the world.
just.
All right, Dad, go for it. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's time to dive into It's Questionable, the segment which explores the latest headlining news. Today, Pastor Keon, the lead pastor of Lighthouse Church of Houston, made headlines.
I have
Yeah, shout out to him. Do we have the clip?
Hey. Stop her. Hush, hush. Silence in the name of Jesus. I lift my hands into the only voice I want heard is his. So praise.
Silence in the name of Jesus.
That was a loud.
Oh my gosh. So you guys, this has sparked some mixed reviews amongst the people.
Yeah.
Some say that he wasn't wrong because she should be able to control herself. Others say it was a move of the Holy Spirit and he was wrong for how he approached it.
Yeah.
Of course, people use this as a reason to say, this is why I do not go to church.
Yeah.
To the band, was Pastor Keon wrong or is this questionable?
Chris, what you think?
He was not wrong. That is his church.
She was carrying
and
on.
that cry, like in the middle of they trying to hear from God, and you doing all of that.
And you're on the stage.
And he's the senior pastor. He can do that. It's not like a random person. He runs that church. Like he knows his people. We don't know if she's been doing that if she does that every Sunday.
No, we do
don't
know that. The members are saying,
comments,
the members on the
yeah.
comments saying, hey, I go to this church, I've been here a year, and she does that every Sunday. And so once you,
They taking up for him. I know that's
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yeah,
but it's not a
tell
take. It's not a
Pastor.
take up form. It's facts.
Yeah.
It's it's we're not. It's not an emotionalism. It's not an opinion. It is. If I attend this church, we attend a particular church,
Yeah.
and we've seen people that every altar call they gonna act the plum fool, and the altar call be about who want a house, and they come up and act like they a demon being casted out of them. And so this is not a lot of times what we do in our context. We and regular Negroes don't know about this type of stuff. They don't know about the spirit of religion. If you don't understand this, that could have been a person that's just very, very religious. And anytime something soft and worshipful happens, they become emotional and they end up being a distraction to the move of God, which is actually demonic, dog. And so you can say, now here's my problem. I hear people saying, there's another way to handle that, A, B, C, and D. You have 4 members, bro. You are online pastor. Your church, you understand what I'm saying? You online pastor, you don't have a lot of members, you have been pastoring long, you don't know the different dynamics. Of course, there's always a particular way to handle something, and there was always another way to do that. We understand that. My problem with that is when you've been pastoring for a number of any number of time, and you have members, I mean real people that come, you're dealing with different types of not just people but spirits,
Amen.
different mindsets. And it is everything. I'm gonna say this, man, everything ain't gonna be tactful.
That's good.
Because when you're dealing with spirits, you don't be tactful.
That's good.
You have to speak to the thing. That's why sometimes if this, let's use this as this situation as an example. He was graceful. You know why? Because they said she does it every Sunday.
It's grace.
That's grace. I've allowed you. We don't know anything. We don't know if he has sent his elders to talk to her. We don't know anything.
Yeah.
We just know he got tired of that because she does that every Sunday. And so sometimes when you're dealing with certain types of spirits, certain types of attitudes, you got to be aggressive.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, I'm gonna tell you this, I don't know this person from a can of paint, but I do know this, that people that do that, you can't tell them nothing.
She probably a Jezzy.
She couldn't wait to say.
I've been in church all my life, and I noticed that people who carry on like that, behind the scenes, you can't tell them nothing. Listen, the pastor wrong about everything. We should be doing this. And they the type of people that don't like order. Those are the types of people that use the language like we should just be free. And Paul says something different when it comes to order. So we're not trying to preach it, but I do want to say, and we don't care about people who saying that's why I don't go to church now. You broke, you don't have no money. We don't care about you. You just you're an inferior person. We're not talking about you. We're talking about we are responsible for the church. Yeah. We're responsible for the order of the church. We're responsible for, as priests, pay attention. We're responsible for how the house of God, the order of the house of God. So if people are being disruptive behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, it's our responsibility as pastors. And if in fact, and I'm pretty sure Pastor Keon is this type of person, if in fact we make mistakes, he knows how to say, hey, I made a mistake. But I personally, as a 10-year pastor, just 10, I think based upon what the members are saying, if she does this every Sunday, my question is, she should have been handled months ago. So that was grace that we did not check you. Yeah. And we allowed you to do that because we don't want to interfere. We don't want to be, we don't want to accuse you. But at some point, and then this is the last thing I'll say. This is how you know it ain't the Holy Ghost. I've seen this a lot. When it gets real quiet, they get louder. That ain't the Holy Spirit. When it gets real, when it's hype and it's loud, you don't hear them. but they love it when it gets quiet and that they go acting crazy. They want to be seen, and it's out of order, and somebody need to shut you down. And you don't know if somebody has already told this person to do it, and they stopped for a few weeks, few months, and went right back. So we don't know. So a lot of times we don't know enough to disagree.
Yeah, that's so good.
You don't know enough to disagree. But that clip right there, and then he didn't say shut up. He didn't say it's my moment. He said something that was powerful. He said this, and I understand what people are saying, but he said this: the only voice we need to hear is what he was saying is he wasn't saying that he shouldn't sing. He wasn't saying that the people shouldn't sing. He was saying this in the moment: we shouldn't hear a voice that's distracting, that's not supportive and pushing us to the presence of God. That's what he was trying to say. So, man, I think people cap. And I have a disdain for people who you can't lead a pig to pink, but you can tell everybody how to lead. I hate that, man. I really hate that. I really hate that. And if you do it at Encounter, I'm going to do it.
You gonna say? What you gonna say?
I ain't going to be as nice as him.
Yeah, that's what I know.
He was really nice.
He was nice.
And if you come from the old church, they would have, that was really nice. That was new age rebuke. And how he did it, I'm gonna be honest with you, how he did it, I think he knew he wasn't talking to a person. I think he knew he was talking to a spirit.
Yeah.
He wasn't talking to no person. That's a spirit that does that. But you have to understand spiritual matters.
Yeah.
And for all the people, I ain't about to go here. I ain't about to piss people off today. I don't feel like it. But all the people that all you do is stand behind cameras and you sit behind all these little roles in the church, and you never have to. My thing is this: if you don't know how to cast out a demon, what you speaking to it for?
Ooh.
You just sit in church and you watch and you just talk about stuff and come up with opinions. You ain't. We need to. Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Dad, for that. This is my stuff. This is my stuff. All right, so let's go to commercial. Yo, look, everybody, I need you to do me a favor. I'm trying to get rich and famous. Trying to get rich. Do me a favor. Leave a review. If this is your favorite podcast, which I know it is. I need you to go. It's at the bottom there, somewhere around the left or right, and leave a review. I don't care if it's good, bad. I don't care if it's negative. Say something, please. Then, so you can always be notified that I am live, press the subscribe button now. We're trying to make money out here so we can continue to give you some great content. I love you so much, and I know you love me too. Press the subscribe button. And we are back to bandwidth. Do me a favor, like, share, and tag y'all. Press the subscribe button. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Happy Monday to you again. I want to have a conversation about a topic that is trending and is very important to our community, our society, specifically African American people or people of color. And it is the topic of diversity, equity, inclusion. And to help me navigate through this topic, I have a very, very special guest who is dear to my heart, Dr. Victoria Powell, who happens to be my little sister. Y'all show your love for Dr. Victoria Powell in the building tonight. Bandwidth. Tori, what's up, girl? What's up, dog? Man, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming on tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Man, look, I want to get into this. I don't want to hold you. I know you are busy. I want to have this conversation about diversity, equity, inclusion. Before we can get into that topic, I want you to tell us what are your credentials concerning DEI?
Yes, sir. So I've worked in diversity, equity, and inclusion probably for about over 10 years now. Specifically, my career started out in education and equity and civil rights. So that office and what I did for them was helped oversee the investigations for the university. So we delved into just ensuring that people of all races, different nationalities, different backgrounds had equitable rights, and they were being adhered to by faculty, staff, etc. And so I've been doing that work for 10 years. And then, of course, a portion of equity and civil rights has a DE&I arm. So with that, we assist the university in ensuring that, or just not just the university, but organizations in general, ensuring that they understand how to create a space for diversity, how to create a voice for those who are different from others, making sure that every facet of the organization speaks the same language in terms of inclusion for all people.
So I want you to explain to us, what is DEI? What is it?
Yes, so it is really overall diversity, equity, and inclusion is a facet of, or a facet that has been introduced to us to accommodate people from different races, backgrounds, and helping them to sustain and be supported in our organizations. So people coming into a new organization, whether they're a new employee or a new hire, a student, faculty member, what have you, we create diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives to make sure people feel like they belong, that they are included in the decision making. DE&I, as quiet as it's kept, because I think sometimes we think DE&I is just inclusive of LGBTQ plus, and it is not. It is inclusive of race, but then in addition to race, we have to talk about people with disabilities. Do people with disabilities have access to accommodations when they come into our organizations, right? When you talk about access to equitable rights in testing, can people with disabilities have the same access as other students, right? Also, it's about gender equity, not just LGBTQ. Let's talk about mothers and fathers, right? Mothers have parental rights. Do we give those same rights to fathers? Can they take the same level of leave that mothers have been afforded all of this time, right? Because we have a bias against traditional roles. So a father has the same responsibilities if his wife gets pregnant and he needs to take care of the newborn, but is he stuck at work, right? So it spans.
And typically,
Yeah.
if a woman says my child, the system of that particular job or university will bend or adjust to that. But if a man, specifically a black man,
Yes.
if a black man says my child, man, blah blah blah,
Yes.
we're not as lenient with the male.
Absolutely.
I want to ask you this question. Some people suggest that DEI is reverse racism. Speak to that.
Reverse racism. I definitely disagree with that. I think DE&I is a voice. It gives a voice to those who are underrepresented in the community, right? When DE&I started to morph, it started out as a lot of racial equity, but a lot of things got added to that because many people are ostracized, not just LGBTQ plus, not just people who are of a minority. Right? So I think we have to really think broad when we think of that term, that it gives us, and it is not excluding, it's saying it recognizes the fact that everybody is not given an equal opportunity.
So it levels the playing field for
levels
every
for
person.
everybody.
Because we have to say, and we have to know, we have to kind of, I think America needs to admit that when the race starts, everyone is not on the starting line.
Yes.
Black people typically are further behind educationally, economically, than our other our counterparts.
Absolutely.
So it's not reverse racism. Now I want to say this. What do you say to white America who's taking on this mindset that suggests they are being discriminated against?
You know, I really think white America needs to wake up, and it is another narrative that keeps us from fighting for our rights. it is intended to keep us locked out. Right. I think they try to find arguments that will demean us as a people, and to find little loopholes to keep us quiet.
That's right.
And I think that's what it's about. It is, again, a way to suppress the voice of Black America, and we have to keep speaking up.
So the argument is that it's pushing down, DEI is pushing down one group of people and it is lifting up another group of people. Is that true?
No, and again, it's not just about one. It's not just about race, right? I think we see that a lot because that's a major portion of DE&I, but it isn't. It is saying I belong at the table. It is, and then let's talk about this. It is not to push people away from the table. It's to get the people that's been pushed back from the table up to the table, to have a voice, to be a decision maker. That I can sit at the table with my counterparts. I can make decisions. I can run a company where companies have been traditionally known to be ran by white males, is saying that Black women can run and Black males can be in this conversation. Asian males and females can sit at the table as well. So it is not to push anybody away. It is to include, but they don't like collaboration.
Here's a question. What's the difference between affirmative action and DE&I?
So affirmative action is basically designed to ensure, which we've been really the middle of the road with this because we've seen that it is literally being it's not enacted, right? But affirmative action ensures that the way we hire is equitable. So when I used to do a lot of affirmative action for the university, what I would do is I would look at the different I would look at the applicant pool, and I would look at the race of candidates, the gender of candidates. Do they identify as disabled, veteran status, because that's another portion of diversity, equity, and inclusion is veteran status. We look at how they identify. Was there any discriminatory measures taking place in the hiring process? So it is a compliance measure of DE&I, but it does not include everything regarding DE&I. So affirmative action helps us to ensure hiring practices are taken care of, making sure that there is oversight over those who are making those decisions. So if I see something out of place, I'm in touch with faculty, I'm in touch with the department chair, say, hey, tell me a little bit about this decision, because I see you had a candidate pool of 50 Blacks. Why weren't any of those individuals interviewed at minimum?
So now they've done away with affirmative action. So correct me if I'm wrong, or speak to this for me, because I'm trying to understand. If you've done away with affirmative action and you're trying to do away with DEI,
Yes.
where does that leave specifically Black people?
Yeah, it's difficult because what's going to happen, number one, when you start to say, I am going to get rid of DE&I, and at this point, I believe 65 states have started to play around with the idea that we need to get on board with the anti-DE&I legislation. So what that happens, it has a trickle down effect. Number one, resources are now removed from those offices. They are now redirected. You're not doing the same work that you used to do. So it opens the door for much more discrimination, no oversight. Decisions are just willy-nilly being made, and it ostracizes, it has an adverse impact really on Black America. Getting into the university, making sure that faculty are let's talk about even grading. There can be a discriminatory measure taken even when you're grading your students. Even when faculty are coming into the department, I've seen primarily white faculty departments, and you have a Black faculty trying to get in, trying to do new things, get involved, collaborate, and they've been ostracized from that department. It's small things like we won't speak. Small things like when we get into the meeting, our voices aren't heard. So it not only affects students, but it affects the faculty members. Therefore, we're not hiring faculty members or employees that look like us, Therefore, we can't retain the black student body that's coming to the university. Not only that, when the DE&I bills are released, they are going to remember Black Student Association, multicultural centers, all of these centers that are catered to minorities and diverse populations. They won't have a place to come and have camaraderie, have rapport, have a sense of belonging on campus. And then what's going to happen after that? Hate crimes are going to go up.
That's right. That's right. What does it mean to have a sense of belonging in any organization?
To literally, we have this metaphor that we used, right? That we use when we teach D&I. When I feel like I belong, I get to choose the song that the party is going to play, and I'm also invited to the dance floor. I get to be a part of the decision-making process, and I also get to dance with everybody. And I'm not isolated to one side of the room. We can all do it together.
Okay, so you said I get to choose I get to choose the song, and I get invited to the dance floor.
Yep.
Okay, let me ask this question: if the song has profanity, and I'm not dressed properly for the dance, that automatically puts me at a disadvantage. Could you explain to specifically African American people, because we seem to be the group that we have the biggest problem with this? We do not know how to play the game to even be heard.
Yeah.
Can you tell us how to play this game if this game is trying to, if it does not even want us at the table?
Yes, I would say your number one game player in today's society is getting the credentials. Getting the credentials. Yep. Education,
Okay.
qualifications, certifications. I'm not going to be invited to the table with a GED or a high school diploma. If that's the case, literally that's 1% of America.
Okay, pause. Let's dissect it. Let's exegete what you're saying. So I want you to keep your flow, but I don't want people to miss important parts. GED, high school diploma. My issue is we're now telling people to not go to school. This is the new thing. This is the new phenomenon. This is what podcasts are saying. This is what people are saying. Hey, don't go to college. College is a scam. Can you speak to our people about what you're saying and college is a scam?
Yes, that's crazy. College is not a scam. Our country is ran by people with degrees, people that understand that a system or the system that is has been arranged for us, that they have to do certain things in order to operate in a certain system. And our system, American system, education is going to be paramount. There is no doctor that can doctor on you, do surgery on you without a degree. So if you want a voice at any particular table at an institution, please think about this. There is, and this is the reality of it, there are bottom individuals.
Yep.
That create the life for those who are there are bottom individuals, and then there are top individuals.
Yep.
Those top individuals create the life for the bottom individuals. When we look at the credentials of the top and the bottom and we compare them, we have to talk about reality here, that there are very, very, very few degrees at the bottom. When the bottom starts to say, hey, I want more, then very, very few start to pull themselves up, get a degree. But then you'll see that they've been typically, this is the thing, when you look at low wage jobs, most of them are in the age bracket of 30, 45, 50 years old. These are the age brackets. So think about the likelihood of them going back to reinvent themselves. So they're stuck.
It's slim. You're stuck there. Keep going. I'm sorry.
So you're stuck. So if people don't start to say, I'm going to take my education seriously in my 20s and my 30s, you are going to be at the bottom of the barrel, not being able to make decisions. The most you'll be able to start really having decision-making skills over is facilities management.
But what? Say it again.
Facilities management. which is a bright term for
Janitor.
janitorial work. And we have to put ourselves in a position, not to be demeaning, but we have to put ourselves in a position to do more, be more, make decisions. Because here's the thing, who's going to fight for the people at the bottom? The people at the bottom care nothing. The people at the top care nothing about the people at the bottom.
And the people at the bottom are making the people at the top, keeping them rich, keeping them successful. Being the workers. And so they are the decision makers, and we at the bottom are the workers. And so what you're advocating for is that people of color, specifically Black people, that we stop believing the lie that we don't need education, and that all we need to do is go and start us our own little business.
Absolutely.
You are.
And
I slapped you 3 times. The likelihood of you being successful in this business thing that we understand having a extra stream of income. We understand that, but the likelihood of you being able to make 6 figures.
And the cost of living is going up significantly. You are lowering your chances to only just survive.
Oh, wow.
Without an education.
So we talked about education. What else, if they don't want me on the dance floor, how do I put myself in a demand to be invited to that dance floor? So education is one. What else?
Yes, the next thing is specializing. How do you ask yourself, how do I become a subject matter expert? What is it that I need to learn? What are the problems and how can I resolve them? If you're not a problem solver, if people aren't calling you to say, hey, what's the new thing on this in a particular area, is very, very it's not likely that you'll elevate to that dimension. The other thing is, in this world, it's about communication skills. It's about social skills. It's about being able to talk. It's really about being liked. So if your attitude is poor, if you're not presenting well on the job, and then you start with where you are. If you have a job right now, speak up at the job so that people can start saying, this person has something to say. In meetings, be assertive, right? Learn, train, get all of the training. Most of the time, your organizations are offering training. Get involved in the training. Don't be a problem. Don't start the problem, but be a problem. Be a resolution to a problem. And I think where a lot of Black people get stuck, we get stuck in what isn't, and
That's
we
right.
get in that huddle. And I remember one time I was working somewhere, and when Black Panther came out, we got in the copy room and did Wakanda, like the W. But that's where we get stuck, in the copy room and in the eating area, and we gossip and we say,
Going out to lunch together,
exactly,
sticking together type thing.
Exactly. And what that does is that prevents you from really elevating to the next level. Most of the time when people are watching you, they don't want to see that you fly in a group. Be an individual.
Say it again.
When people are thinking about you and looking at you for elevation, because number one, they're going to say when they see you, not that you can't be a people person, but they see that you walk and you talk in a clique, and you're with the naysayers of the company. You with the people that can't get on board with vision. You with the people that can't get on board with mission. Be look at that as a negative, and they say if we elevate them, they'll be poison to the rest of the company. So they don't like people who run in cliques. Be an individual. Be different. Learn how to get along with everybody so that you can stand out amongst those who are looking to promote and move you to the next level.
So I know that when we talk about DEI, that it's not just about race. I understand that it's about those who are handicapped, veterans, gender, all of that. But I have to ask this question. Is DEI more in favor of the LGBTQ plus A community than it is the African American community?
Absolutely. I'll be honest.
Get in the mic and say that again.
Yes.
Get in the mic and say it loud and proud, dog. Y'all need to understand this. Say it.
To be honest, and I have no reason to lie. I'm not owned by anybody at all. So I have to be honest. Yes, I do think that when LGBTQ plus, not necessarily introduced, but when DE&I started to move in this direction, it swung the pendulum so far in favor of the LGBTQ plus community, and to the point where it has become imbalanced.
Yep.
To the point where LGBTQ plus has literally been placed, it has been elevated to a pedestal, right? To the point where it now impedes on the rights of other individuals because it is so exasperated in one direction.
What can, when we look at, all right, so we're talking to people who are not in human resources. We're talking to people who are, most of the audience, they are the workers. What's the purpose of having this conversation about diversity, equity, inclusion? What can we do to make change and impact?
I think one, really be an ally in your organization, be a voice. If you see things that are inequitable, you see things that are going on, don't be afraid to question them, talk to them, have private conversations with those that are at your place of employment. Challenge things when they are not being done correctly. 3, advocate that. Ask, where are the DE&I statements? Why don't we have any of these things on our website? Why don't we talk about inclusion? Why don't we talk about...
But Dr. V, I have a problem with what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
My problem is black people don't care. Excuse my candor, we don't give a doggone. As long as we get our check. So I don't want you to pontificate. I don't want you to waste your breath. So I want to say, I want to say that sounds good, but black people don't care nothing about that. We ain't never been. The last time we went to our job's website is when we were trying to get the job, and we didn't go in.
Yes, sir.
We don't read the handbooks. We don't care. The most black folk will do is get in that copy room and talk to other black people about the discrimination going on. And typically, we don't care anything about discrimination unless it has something to do with our hours. So-and-so get more hours or a promotion. Yeah. So can you speak to our community about caring?
Yeah, I think that's where it starts. I think first of all, you gotta recognize that there's a problem. And when you have an understanding that there's a problem, you'll start caring you'll start caring about it more than just your own thing that's going on. I think we have to recognize how many people are being discriminated against on a regular basis. I think we have to recognize how many jobs are being lost because of discrimination. I think we have to recognize how many people are being locked out because nobody spoke up for them. We have to,
jobs and education.
Yes, jobs and education. We have to start being a voice against cherry picking, right? Because it's very likely most of the time we think that we're not getting callbacks only because we didn't meet the qualifications. No, a lot of times you ain't getting callbacks because they already decided who they wanted to put in the position and they didn't look like you. They weren't black, right? So you got to start, it's like you have to really become aware, study to understand what's going on in companies. Racial discrimination impacts, now think about this, racial discrimination impacts the ability for us to make more money. Then when it impacts our ability to make more money, it impacts our ability to buy homes. Then it impacts our ability to buy land. Then it impacts our wealth. So it keeps us impoverished. When you talk about low wage workers, I did a project with United Way on social justice. When you talk about low wage workers, a huge amount of them are African American. So you have to start saying we got to make ourselves available to, number one, available. 2, you got to care. 3, if you want to say, I want to end low wage poverty, not just for a group of people, I want to end it for my family. It starts there because when we're able to say, hey, now we can invite people to the table, you can get a 6-figure salary.
That's right.
You can provide for your family. You don't have to struggle. Your children can go to a higher level of an institution and they don't have to be subject to crime or they don't have to be subject to not having enough, they don't have funds and resources to pour into your children. So it is a triple down effect. It not only affects, we're not talking about an organizational thing, we're talking about systematic things that impacts the way we live and the way we feed our children and in the next generation. You're talking about fathers can't feed their family. So when black men can't feed their family, we traditionally know that they often turn to crime. What do women do? They will often make compromises to do things on the side.
Or government assistance.
Or government assistance.
Which keeps the system rich and wealthy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when we talk about racism and DE&I, it is so much larger than just you and yours. You got to think about your children and your children's children and what type of wealth, what type of lineage do you want to build and start. And when you say, I want to get involved with DE&I, that's what you're addressing.
I want to ask 2 more questions before we go. Have you ever been discriminated against?
In a implied way, unconscious way, microaggressive way. Have I ever been explicitly discriminated against? It's so discrimination is very difficult to prove. That's another issue.
Oh, wow.
It's so difficult to prove. Most of the
Unless you have a recording that said, we ain't letting them niggas get A, B, C, and D. It's hard to prove.
Yes, or unless you can establish a pattern that's like, 10 times or more, we've seen you make this decision, which most people are smart enough to work around that.
So how did you work around the implied discrimination?
I think I worked my butt off. I worked my butt off to the point that they couldn't ignore me anymore because I'm a hard worker. You can't deny me anything. You can't talk down to me anymore. I deserve to be here just as much as you deserve to be here. And I addressed things that they thought I would be silent about. Let's talk about this decision that we made with this Hispanic worker. Why did we make this decision? Maybe you didn't change the decision that you made, but you knew someone was watching you after that conversation. That's so what good. I want you to know. I want you to know I got eyes on you.
I got you.
So if you're trying to do this under not on my watch.
That's right. Ooh.
So it's making them know, hey, I see you. We can't reverse this decision, but I want you to know that I'm looking. And whatever y'all did before I got here, because I'm a black woman and I understand, I'm going to say something.
Last question, then we're going to go. I think black people think that white America is our competition. And I don't believe that anymore. I believe Asian America is. I believe Asian Americans are leading the country as it relates to education, as it relates to jobs, etc. I want you to speak to that. Speak to the black community not being so intimidated by the white community or distracted by the white community when there's another community that's about to dominate in a lot of areas.
Absolutely. Number one, they're gonna dominate in the medical field.
Okay.
More. They're gonna dominate in engineering.
Okay.
They're gonna dominate in IT. They're going to dominate. And so what I would say to that is let's get our eyes back on the prize. Desire areas such as engineering and technology, get our eyes off of things that don't matter.
What?
I would say things. So I think number one, entrepreneurship is it takes a very deep skill set for that. So take your eyes off of entrepreneurship solely, diversify your income, and then put your eyes on industries that they are going to take over, and they will be running the companies. We will be reporting to them. So think about technology, computer science, right? All of these things. They're starting AI companies at a record, like literally a very, very high rate. Think about how you can divert and get into those types of industries so that you can not only be marketable, but you can be competitive.
There you have it, y'all. Welcome to Bandwidth. Y'all do me a favor. Can y'all thank Dr. Victoria Powell for tuning in and coming on the show today? Phenomenal information, y'all. I'm cute, though. Y'all know I ain't lying. Yes, sir. Y'all, welcome to Band with y'all. It's about to be phenomenal. It's about to go down, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all, thank you for tuning in tonight, y'all. Hope you got something from it. I hope it helped y'all. Man, I wish you the best this week. Be safe, do the right thing. And as Dr. Victoria said, keep your eyes on the prize. Till Monday, y'all.